online invited speech will be given by the Associate Professor Alexandra from Financial University.
Dear colleagues, can I talk?
Yes, you can. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day. So how much time do I have?
You got 20 minutes.
Okay.
And, there will be a 5 minutes warning towards the end.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm sharing my screen. Can I wait a minute? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, dear chairman, dear colleagues, I'm very grateful to present my results of my researches. So I'm going to imagine you. I'm really going to imagine you, and I hope you will be interested in my presentation because I'm interested in it. So a few words of introduction. So the topic is about business agility, and especially in particular, the concept of business agility based on their governed self-organization and how it helps modern companies to increase their performance, both financial and strategic. And let me introduce myself. I am Alexander from Financial University under the government of Russian Federation. So let us start. A few words about agenda. What is business agility as a success factor for the companies? What is a few words about business agility as it is itself? And then the most interesting, governed self-organization and guided self-organization. These concepts appeared simultaneously more than 10 years ago. And the first one is developed by Institute in Australia for Artificial Systems. And the second concept is developed by myself for real business companies. We will talk about this. And of course, the most interesting part is about business agility based on governed self-organization. And the main elements of this concept is organizational structure, organizational culture. Of course, business processes are important. And then we come to how all these elements influence on the financial and strategic performance of the companies, and of course, empirical verifications. Let's go. First of all, today in the present world, there are a lot of evidences for guided business agility as a success factor for the companies. They come from different researchers, from McKinsey, from Gartner, and so on. A few words about these evidences. The main idea is that today modern strategic trend is a flexible restructuring of business elements through the reallocation, redistribution of resources under some rules. And this business agility leads to an increase of performance of the companies. Next step. A lot of owners and top managers know that business agility is important, that really it does give their increase of financial and strategic performance. But not all of them really understand how it really works. How it's and why it works. And here comes scientific investigations, scientific researches, and conceptual notion. So we go, and a few words about business agility itself. Of course, today it is understood as continuous and evolutionary adaptation to the changes in the environment. One important element as well, it is about entrepreneurial innovation, what of course very important element of each business and each company. This business agility concept means several elements, several subsets of business. They are strategic agility, operational agility, and even marketing agility. So such diversification of business agility for the companies. And now we go to the concept of governed self-organization itself. And the interesting point is that more than 10 years ago, I have founded this concept, and simultaneously in Australia, there is an institute of guided self-organization in Australia. They began to develop a concept of guided self-organization. You see, the common principles, they are unanimous. They are very just the same. Of course, there are some difference, and we will talk right now about them. But the most interesting thing is to develop these two concepts very, very close concepts simultaneously, maybe combine them. So what is guided self-organization? It is for artificial systems, in particular for artificial intelligence. What is self-organization within the framework of this concept? It is about evolution any dynamical system to the state of equilibrium, such as a tractor. And when we say guided self-organization, we mean that we steer this system to desired configuration, to desired equilibrium, to desired attractor. And how do they develop this concept? They develop different mathematical instruments such as functionals, and use very interesting hypotheses of empowerment, which are very useful for these artificial systems such as robots, neural networks, and these concepts is very helpful, very useful for the system for learning and functioning. And now, what about guided self-organization, which is, in this case, this concept is for business, and particular for development of business agility. Here we are talking about self-organization within social systems, and we mean that it is this process are steering by coordination mechanism, which push them to some desired spontaneous states, some spontaneous equilibriums. And finally, what is self-organization for business agility? It's about flexible distribution of resources, property rights, different authorities, different responses, maybe different tasks between different members of the company under certain constraints. Usually they are rules of the game, and we mean by them institutions which come from new institutional economics. So you can see now that there are many common things between guided self-organization, which is developed for artificial systems, and governed self-organization, which is developed for social systems, for business and for business agility in particular. Next step, very interesting point, very amazing point. So this is governed self-organization. This is a rather absolutely original concept. And what do modern neural networks know about this concept? Let us ask ChatGPT, famous all over the world. So when we ask him about business agility based on self-organization, it had something to say. And the point is that the main elements of its answer was very close, even very strict, very very important for the concept of business agility based on governed self-organization. So that's a point. We have original concept, which is applying in the science, in business practice, and already today, neural networks can answer to the question, what is this concept? What is business agility based on the governed self-organization? And the main idea here is that it is combined agility, flexibility, development of the company, and stability of the company, which is defined by organizational structure, for instance. And neural networks such as ChatGPT already knows about it. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. So in my past presentation on the previous conference, I told already about organizational structure and organizational culture of the company with business agility. Let me remind you a few moments. So the principle is that there are several levels, at least 4 levels of such business agility organization, from personal level to corporative level. And at each level, their important elements are the reallocation of resources among members of this level without upper manager, but under some constraints, some rules which constrain their behavior, their redistribution of resources, tasks, their roles, their authorities and responsibility. This is the main idea. And about as far as organizational culture is concerned, for business agility, we disclosed and proved that the main elements which are necessary for organizational culture to be of business agility, they are, of course, the culture of application of rules and compliance with these rules, and of course goal setting and goal achieving. What is important for any kind of management, for any kind of business, and so the company has to have a culture, according culture for this goal setting and goal achieving. And the last element is a culture of teamwork. It is for the level of team, and we can name it this property as self-organization. And this is common property for all levels of the company, from personal to corporative level. Next step, business processes. They are very important for business agility organization. Unfortunately, it is rather difficult to see all elements because they are rather small, but I give you the main idea of this these schemes. So on the right field, you can see business scheme of business processes of management for governed self-organization. For comparison, on the left field, in the left field, you can see similar processes, management processes for hierarchy and hierarchy with delegation. So what the main idea? That in the case of hierarchy, their decision of allocation of resources, of tasks, of role, and so on, takes their team lead. In the case of team. In the case of delegation, hierarchy with delegation, there is a decision of allocation of tasks, resources, authorities, and responsibilities. These decisions are under their team lead assistant. And finally, in the case of governed self-organization, you can see these approximately in the center of the screen of this picture. These decisions are after their under the members of the team, so they take their decisions how to locate and relocate tasks or resources, authorities, responsibilities, and so on. So this is the main idea of business processes, of management business processes for solving problems in case of governed self-organization, hierarchy, and delegation. Next point is, if we want this concept of governed self-organization to be spread not only in the science, and by the way, scientists from different countries both in Russia and other countries, they use this concept already for development, strategic planning, and finances. They use this concept for development, strategic planning in science. And if we want to bring this, to lead this concept to business practice, if we come to owner or top manager, the first question will be, which could be expected, how it will, this concept, how will it influence on the financial performance of the company? And so we used a balanced scorecard in order to demonstrate how government self-organization can bring to the growth of financial results of the company. But the next step, question which can come from the owner, top manager of the company is, what is the practice? What are the previous cases? And so what are the empirical evidences for the productivity and effectiveness of this concept? So what about empirical verification? For the last period, it has been analyzed more than 10 business cases of different companies. The main idea was to identify elements of government self-organization in this company and these companies, and to evaluate how these elements help the company to improve its financial and strategic performance, and how it creates business agility for the company. And the next step is statistical verification. So we have produced a questionnaire for owners and top managers of different companies. This question is based on Likert scale. So this questionnaire was transformed for the aims of this presentation. So you see in the question of these questions are devoted for different levels. They're different, but here they're grouped in one group, in one column, and different elements of different units, they are pointed out in the left field of this picture. So they are members of the teams, so elements, members, units, teams, employers of departments, projects and products of portfolio, strategic business units of corporation. So here in the right field, we named them these elements, these members, employers, projects, business units, we name them members, and the teams, departments, and portfolio and corporation, we name units. So what is the idea of this question? So we have disclosed if there are the elements of corresponding units in this company or not. And then if this company have teams, departments, products, portfolios, corporation, then we have to consider if there exists the possibility to distribute resources, roles, tasks, different roles among members of this level of the team, of their department, so on, without upper level management. If yes, then it's important to understand, do there exist some constraints, some rules of the game which constrained this self-organization, this reallocation of resources. And the final answer to which we are going to get the question, the last question for which we are going to get the answer is how it influences on financial performance, on strategic performance. So 1 minute, please. I will come back to the previous to the two previous minus with two minuses slide. The next challenge for this balanced scorecard is to estimate numerical estimates of the influence of government self-organization on growth of financial performance of the companies. These three challenges, they are get fine numerical estimates of the influence of government self-organization on financial performance of the company. The second challenge is to get statistical data for this statistical verification and mathematically demonstrate how business agility based on government self-organization influence on strategic and financial performance of the company. And of course, at this conference, we cannot but say about industrial technology. You see today, in the days of industry 4.0, business agility becomes of great importance for industrial technologies. And the concept of business agility based on government self-organization can prove to be the key success factor for these companies. By the way, there are investigations of Internet of Things, and these researchers use the concept of government self-organization for developing business agility for these systems such as Internet of Things. And finally, Web 3.0. It is the largest system in the world of business agility based on government self-organization, where resources are relocated very quickly and very flexibly. So, and of course, artificial intelligence. Here we can talk about combination of two concepts: governed self-organization and guided self-organization. So, dear colleagues, thank you very much for your attention. It was a great honor for me to tell you about this interesting investigation. So I will be very grateful for you for any questions right now or by email. So we use industrial technologies of 4.0. You can see here QR code. Please use it. So thank you very much once more.